Number 7, protecting your income, PayPal, and passwords. And this is important. Several times in my experience in Fiverr, I have run into people who have had their accounts wiped out by thieves that somehow, I don't know how this happened, but somehow the thieves got wind of their password into their PayPal account. Now, they could be just blaming it on Fiverr. They could just be blaming it on their buyers. They could, it could be a freaking lie for all I know. But what I did, I thought about it and I said, I keep my, my money. My money goes from Fiverr to PayPal, right? Then from PayPal into my bank account. And so it's a little holding place. I don't keep much in there. Maybe a couple of dollars. But the important thing is that you set up a PayPal account that is not tied to your email that you would be using in Fiverr, or that anybody can trace you back and find your email address. Okay, use a separate one for PayPal. Don't ever tell anybody what that PayPal address is, much less what your passwords are. A lot of people, some of the theft has been tied to email. The people somehow got the seller to email them rather than go through the Fiverr portal. Never email directly. Never. It's against terms of service, first of all. Secondly, terms of service are there for your protection. I know this to be true, okay? We used to think that it was Fiverr's way of keeping us under control so that we wouldn't buy and sell outside of Fiverr. Yeah, that's probably part of it, but now I realize the value of going directly through the Fiverr portal. Very important. Fiverr has ways of finding out who the crooks are sometimes, and they will, this is wonderful, what they'll do is they'll contact me ahead of time. And they'll say, we've seen some trouble on this account, so we're closing this account before I even do the work. Now, I've taken the order. I haven't gotten the money because I haven't done the work yet, but they'll give me a heads up. They'll shut his account down and tell me to stop what I'm doing. That is really so wonderful. And so anyway, okay, the big tip, protect your income, separate PayPal account, separate email account if you can. Don't use your same moniker, your online name. Don't use that if that's what you go by elsewhere. And just be smart about it. Think before you do. I don't know if that helps at all. Number 8 is tied to this, your personal identity. Never, 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 never use your real name or your real hometown when you're doing videos or anything that would portray your identity across to the internet. Now, my real name is Chuck, and I use that when I am dealing with buyers, okay? Because that's my name. I use it, Chuck. But when I create a video and I have to do a testimonial or a product endorsement or something like that, which I do sometimes, I don't use my real name. I use George. And it's important for a couple of reasons. One is I don't want some stranger who I've never dealt with that lives in Arizona somewhere to track my name down somehow and then call me up on the phone. And I've had them do that. Let me tell you, there's nothing more disturbing than have a total stranger say that, hey, we saw your video online where you were endorsing a deodorant, and we would like to call you on the phone, or they've even called me on the phone. Yeah, we wanted to talk to you about that. Oh, this happened one time. A guy called me up and says, "Hey, we wanted to talk to you about this, what was it, an RV dealer or something like that, to see if he's really legit. We're about to buy an RV from him." And I went, "What?" I didn't even remember doing the video. And I thought, oh, this is weird, because I never use my real name. Somehow they tracked me down. Don't do that. Always use an alias. Don't ever use your real name. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Number 9, Fiverr support. Can't say enough good things about these guys. They don't always do what I want, but they're always doing something. And, you know, I'm the last person in the world that will tell you that I know everything about how Fiverr should be run. These guys are looking at it from a much higher position. They're looking at the big picture. I'm just trying to run my little, script writing and guitar playing gig. Oh, look at me. And I have problems with sometimes their policies. I do. And but in the long run, I think it always works. Be nice to them. Don't try to push a Fiverr support agent around. You will live to regret it. They are there to help you. That makes sense, doesn't it? Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Number 10, email, phone calls, and direct payments. Oh gosh, I think we've gone over this. Never, ever, ever give anybody your email address. If it's Fiverr related, don't do it. Phone calls. Do not ever accept a phone call if it has anything to do with a Fiverr gig. Okay? Don't give them your phone number. Don't do it. Let's see what else. Direct payments. Don't accept direct payments. Now, email, phone calls, and direct payments are all against Fiverr's terms of service. And there's reasons for all that. It may seem like a good idea at the time. It's not a good idea at the time. Now, I do exceed the Fiverr 150 gig, 150 megabyte limit, whatever it is. It's too small, whatever it is, for sending video files back to the buyer. And so I will have to use Dropbox for that. And that is a problem that has been in existence at Fiverr since day one. So you have to figure out a workaround on that. And Fiverr support knows that. They know it. And it's just one of those things. Let's see. I was thinking about something. I'll think of it. Number 11, idiots. Da, 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 da. There are so many idiots out there. 5% of the world is absolutely insane and should be locked up. Okay, we know that. Then there's another 20 or 50% that's absolute idiots. They will cause you a lot of trouble, and we've talked about these guys already. Just be nice. Be nice. I know it's going to hurt you to be nice. It hurts me, and there are people that will get on your last nerve, right? And they will push you to the limit. Be responsive, be polite, and always stick to your policy. If you start coming off your policy, you're going to end up either having a brand new policy tomorrow, or you're going to regret it somehow. And policies change. You may find that your policy is, I will never respond within 24 hours. And then you may find out, well, maybe I will respond, in 30 minutes. Those things can change. It's from your experience over the years of being at Fiverr. Anyway, idiots, they drive me crazy, but God bless their little heads. Number 12, ratings. Tips for keeping a 5-star rating. All right. When somebody and this is kind of complicated, so I'm going to try to explain this from my perspective. Ratings are everything at Fiverr. If you keep a 5-star rating, your stats are better for being found quicker. Okay? Simple. If your buyer is giving you a hard time, well, let me go back. When I send my order to a buyer, I write a letter to them. It's a short letter. And it doesn't talk about, hey, I gave you your order. Oh, gee, I hope you like it, blah, blah, blah. Right? Well, that's all important. But what's more important to me, they get the order. They know they got the order. That's not what I need to write about. What I need to write about is how I want them to respond to that order. And I tell them exactly what to do. Thank you for your order. Number 1, protect your 5-star buyer rating. Now, buyers are being rated at Fiverr. And Fiverr, from what I understand, I could be wrong, but I understand that Fiverr is in the process, and has been for years, of trying to figure out, how to rate the buyers so that the buyers will have an advantage over other buyers. Okay? I don't know how that's going to play out, but what I have done is when I send a letter back to the buyer, I tell the buyer, protect your 5-star rating. And these are the benefits that you're going to get with a 5-star rating. Discounts, free items, free promotional items from Fiverr, stuff like that. And then I tell them that they will not be able to enjoy any of those bonuses with less than a 5-star rating. And the big kicker is that their rating of me is tied to my rating of them. So that they know. I'm not trying to be devious about this, but I am telling them in no uncertain terms that their rating of me determines my rating of them. I get to rate last. So if they send me a 2-star review instead of 5, then I'm going to give them a 1-star review. And they know this right up front. And so I don't know that it has changed a lot of things for me, but think of the consequences, or the ramifications anyway. If you are a buyer and you see that, oh my gosh, I didn't know I could get free stuff, so I was going to give this guy 4.5 stars simply because my principles are so high that I never give 5 stars to anybody. Okay? Let go of that crap, mister. What I'm saying is that I want a 5-star rating. Give me a 5-star rating, I'll give you a 5-star rating. If you don't, I'm giving you less than you gave me. And so their motivation is that, well, gee, if I get 5 stars, I was going to give him 4.5, but what the heck? I'll give him 5 just to keep my rating higher. Everybody needs to be motivated. I think that this is a great way to motivate people. And I've worked on that for years, trying to perfect that system. I think that it will pay off wonderfully for you as well. And then, just that's a policy now. That's your new policy. Stick to it. Okay. Number 13, response time. I think we talked about that already. Respond to a first contact as quickly as possible. You see the little clock that's beside the message on the Fiverr portal. That clock means something. You're being watched. Fiverr's watching you. So try to respond quickly. 14. Here's a good one. 14. Do not look at other people's success. There are friends of mine at Fiverr who make $100,000 a year selling little tiny $5 gigs. How is that even possible? Every time I hear from these people, it just irritates the living crap out of me. I mean, I don't make hardly nothing compared to what those people are making, and there are a lot of them that do it. And so it's important for me to look at myself, my talents, my gigs, my services, my quality of delivery, and realize that this is for me. That's for those guys over there. They're doing a whole different scenario than I'm doing. They don't do my videos or script writing or guitar playing. And granted, their market is much, much bigger than mine. But they make $100,000 a year. I am stunned when I see those kinds of figures, because I don't even know what $100,000 looks like. So anyway, that is 14 tips on the present. Now, 2 or 3 of these that I gave you, you simply will not find anywhere else. They're my inventions. They're my creations as far as how I run my business. Your business, remember this. This is so important. Your business is your business. Don't let other people tell you how to run your business. That's what being self-employed is all about. And I wish you the very best. And I'm sure I'll be talking to you later. All right, bye for now.